Ella nunca llega sola, todos los bandidos sacan las pistolas. Esta noche lo que yo. Esta Willy ya cumplió los 30. Después de las 12 no los cuenta. No la llamen el jangueo si no quiere que mienta. Estás escuchando el número 1 en venta. Por eso con nosotros nadie inventa. Me siento como un bichote en los 90. Tengo parado, ven porque lo siento. Dale mami, pégate, tírate. Si me miras mucho sabes que voy a besarte. Dale mami, pégate, tírate. Si te ves y me lo agarro entonces voy a llevarte.
Mira puñeta, no me quiten el
Mami, yo sé que tú te vuelves loca cuando el perreo te azota, pero obligado tú te acuerdas de mí si me ves por ahí. Mami, yo sé que tú te vuelves loca cuando el perreo te azota, pero obligado tú te acuerdas de mí de cuando te di. Perreo, baby, tra, baby, en la disco, baby, vamos a darle, baby, hasta abajo, baby, no te quites, baby, vaya que yo, baby, tú y yo solo, baby, perreo, baby, tra, baby, en la disco. Te doy dedo bailando, mami, estoy testing, ey, tráete tu vesti, a las dos le bajamos el panty, tiene 20 en lista waiting, te lo tiran por la body waiting, rompiendo la calle desde los 20, anda causando no está dating, rompe la calle siempre que sale, mami tú estás fit, por la muerte los abdominales, rompe la calle siempre que sale, me gusta porque tú y yo somos iguales, siempre queremos perreo, y yo estamos envueltos en el bellaqueo, cuando nos ponen perreo, ey, no me ronquen cabrones que acá no los veo. Estás escuchando música de Puerto Rico, cabrón. Nosotros nos criamos escuchando y cantando esto, en los caseríos, en los barrios, desde los 90 hasta el 2000 por siempre. Y ando con el mueble de los tiempos, Tiny, y yo no tengo que roncar, ustedes saben ya. Bad Bunny baby, Bad Bunny baby, Tiny, chequeate la historia.
What's up, guys? All right. Happy New York session. Good morning to many. Good afternoon to a few. And good night to the rare few over there that are in the other side of the globe. All right, we're after it. Let's get it, guys. How's everybody feeling? I'm feeling good. I slept well, so I feel amazing. I feel reborn. All right, we got Naz over here, said what's up, so we'll start it out over here. We're a little over 10 minutes away from the Open. Bien activos hoy, yes sir. What's up, everybody? Hope you're feeling good. Maudi, Puccini, Grayson, Jeff. Got Drevis in here, Marty, Corey. Hello, everybody. Seth, how you feeling, brother? Harshi, Patrick. Got Evan Schmidt. All right, Rafa, Bad Bunny to shake the markets. That's right, that's right. What's up, Amy? Buen provecho, Greg. It's cafecito time, I feel you. Bitcoin melting, yeah, our setup from yesterday went flawlessly. Joe, buenos dias, Querecia. All right, everybody. Kevin, What's up, Kishore? Okay, so yes, if you did take the Bitcoin trade, played out just beautifully right over here. Exactly how we had talked about it. So really good setup right over here. Trade management wise, we did see a decent dip down before it came back up one more time. It didn't meet the stop loss rules, so you should have survived this pullback here. And then right now it is running almost a 2R. So I do think we have some more room to run here. I'm not in a rush to take profit with this, not yet. Right now it's kind of playing off a trend line area. So I think we can crash down a bit more. But if you want to have your stops now in profit, I definitely get it. I see it, especially now that it's breaking below the support. I would move, moving mine to 64,500. Yeah. All right, cool. Now, okay, cool. We can move on from there. Let's go direct our attention towards NQ. And what a move it did over here, right? NASDAQ traded basically right up to these highs. 1 second. I think Maya has some hairs out here. Ugh. Got me sneezing. So, okay, yeah, so we came up to these highs over here. Didn't quite have a setup for a sell. I know we had a zone close, but not quite there. And then, yeah, this led to aggressive moves to the upside. So I'm rolling it back to yesterday's price action. And right after New York Open, we get a big push down before the market kind of slowly just chops its way down or up to here. A lot of sideways movement, nothing very clear. It wasn't like an abundantly clear move before everything started to drop. And then at last you get kind of like one last push up before it does start to work its way lower. The first sneeze was on the mic. The second was not. Over here, so this kind of pumps up and then drops. Not like, I don't love a sell out of this last push up before we start to really shift structure and drop. So I don't know. I wouldn't bank on a full risk trade there. Not really what I'm liking right now. We have a lot of liquidity though, guys. Like, there's a lot of retail seller money in here. Trend line following along here very nicely. So at some point, I think we'll get a reversal going. Now, what I wanted to see was, is there an entry area in these lower prices that we're getting to now? And there is one that I'm intrigued with, and it is this last bearish candle right here. Tuesday morning, one last little bear before this absolutely loses its mind. So what do we think about this? Now here we had some resistance. So let me just show you here. Right here was all of the really strong resistance. In hindsight, this looks like, on a retail perspective, oh, can't break these highs. It's held this really well. It should reverse out of here. But obviously it does. And so this is the final boss. Here we go. Here's the final boss before the market absolutely rips. And that is sitting right over here. Hold on. Where are we at? Right over here. Okay. So this whole zone, to me, it looks like an area where the market could reverse from. This is a different entry model for me. This is my third entry model, which I haven't given it really a name yet. But yeah, this lures in sellers one last time before it spikes up. So using the replay tool, I always think that's kind of the best way to see these kind of moments. So you kind of see it like this. from a higher time frame, you know, you wouldn't expect such a massive move to come in. So the last enticement before it all comes crashing down, that's really this movement. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. I think New York Open might just drive us into the zone, and I do think it's worth taking a swing at. So if this is not an entry model for you, do not trade this. Well, you know what? Don't let me tell you what to do or not to, but I mean, if I didn't have the evidence, if I didn't understand a certain idea, I really wouldn't want to follow it. So, I mean, that's that. But yeah, rejection out of here before continuation, at least breaking through some of this trend line, that kind of makes sense to me. So I'm gonna have this marked up right over here, just like this whole zone. And then, yeah, an entry like basically right at this area. The stop isn't huge. Relative to what's happening over here, not a big thing. And then, however, obviously we gotta talk about, well, what's happening with Dow. All right, what's happening with Dow Jones? Are these also bearish? You know, what's going on over here? So Dow, on the other hand, holding down the line, just moving sideways. Sideways, sideways, sideways. And again, we do see similar pricing right here. That push down, and then it absolutely rips. And the market trades well past all-time highs and just keeps going and going and going. So we're clearly in different types of price action here between the two. With that being said, I do think that this NQ trade is less likely. It is less likely because Dow is just chilling. Dow is big chilling, hasn't moved basically at all since Asian session, London session. So yeah, guys, like this doesn't look too good for buys. I don't really see the option. I mean, here you have another aggressive move to the downside. This really looks like it's luring in sellers to go and fill this imbalance, and then it just rips again. So you kind of have two zones that I think could be pretty key for reversals. So I'm not going to be forcing this NQ trade over here now that we have context with the full asset class, looking at Dow Jones, kind of being mindful of where we're at with S&P. It does change things quite a bit. And yes, I wouldn't necessarily go for the buys right away. It seems like if anything were to give us an opportunity, it would be NQ selling up here. So like this last push up before it dropped. Out of here, this looks more likely like it could play out. So we'll see. I don't need to trade right away today. Like, I'm good. I want good quality setups. I don't seem to have them yet here. I will have alerts here if we start to break this consolidation from Dow, or if we start to get to these other levels. S&P here, you know, we saw the sweep. The market worked its way down. It's been chopping up quite a bit. So, yeah, I mean, we just have indecision here. So, like I said earlier, I'm just kind of chilling. Silver from yesterday, the first time it tapped the zone, sold off. My exit was pretty much perfect, humbly speaking. So this played out really nice. Oil yesterday was unfortunate. Didn't really give us the setup. Yeah, this has just been squeezing. So, yeah, it's just sideways over and over and over again. So as much as I wanted to trade over here, at least from the way I was managing it, I got stopped out in profit on both. So yeah, this was just kind of like, well, what are we gonna do? You know, again, guys, the more unbothered you can become with it, the better this is going to get. Like, that's the only way I can put it. Have to learn to move on set by set. Like, yeah, you can't think about the shots that missed or like didn't get you as much as you wanted it to. You did your job. If you did your job well, move on. Shakeout here. So you're talking about a sell, right? Okay, I mean, yeah, we clear yesterday's London highs, New York highs, and then we come crashing down. We already kind of got below where it pumped. So the shakeout, I guess I wouldn't call this a shakeout anymore. I would wait for like a break of structure now. So I would want to see like us really get below the lows and see whatever. It kind of looks like a setup here though. Like you have a decent sell-off right there. Then you have the continuation. It gets above here for a little bit. I like 725. It trades up here for, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And then it comes crashing down. So this looked like, in theory, structure doesn't look super great, so maybe not. But yeah, since we already broke below where it started to pump and like create that liquidity sweep, that for me disqualifies this setup. All right, NQ working its way lower into that, closer to that zone. Dow still doesn't give a shit, and it's just sideways. So yeah, we're definitely seeing momentum trigger faster for NQ. Now NQ is playing into this zone, right? NQ is playing into this order block that I had marked up now. So as much as I want to take this, Dow is just so much slower. I feel like it just has so much more incentive to keep pushing lower. And obviously, I mean, NQ can easily work its way down to here. So as much as like, I'm like, I want to take that trade. You know, there's a setup. Let me get in there. There is a chance that this might be one of those times where the leader in this, right, since it's bearish, it's dropping faster. This could still play out, but the probabilities show that, at least for me, this is disqualified. It's not playing into a higher time frame area. It's just lagging, like that's it. So if it does work out, that's cool. I'll use that for like case study to keep building out these theories, like these hypotheses that I have about certain ways to go on it. But yeah, that's it. Now the timing is what always gets really interesting, because now we're finally seeing Dow liquidate this consolidation, and so that could bring money into this move. So look at how Dow is just pushing down, and NQ is actually starting to bounce out of here. So this is, I think, going to play out. And I'm going to go half risk, and I'm playing off of price action here. So let's see here. A little micro in here. And the only reason I ended up going into this was because two things clicked. Number one, this is a small trade, but there was a liquidity sweep. So we do have the timing of two things happen here. So a lot of money gets swept here for Dow. That's number one. But number two is that the way the market started to move, Dow started to liquidate and it kept going lower, while NQ immediately started to push up. So this was obviously, as you guys can see, a real-time decision here, where I had just enough context information to be able to make a decision here. So I'm moving my stop over. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens from here. But obviously, just one contract. Nothing too crazy here. So I'm severely under leveraged. And honestly, the way that this is going, and now that it looks like it's about to take those highs, yeah, I'm gonna basically keep my stop right there. I had a feeling intuitively that this was gonna play out, but I didn't have enough reason, like an actual reason. But once I started to see that, okay, well, we're seeing this liquidity sweep happen in real time from Dow. Dow's price action suddenly, instantly went more bearish. And then NQ started to hold like the line, if you will. At that point, I was like, okay, this is gonna play out, or at least this has a better chance than it did before, because price action flipped in that moment. So that's it. Hold on a second. Why is this not doing the thing? Did this not end up copying over to the other accounts? Sick, it totally didn't. Why didn't that do that? Ah, I didn't have it on. That is... Bruh. That is very unfortunate. So yeah, make sure your copy trader is on. It's always good. It's always nice when your copy trader works. It was my own fault. I just didn't turn it on. I looked at it too. I made sure everything was in line, but I didn't press the enable button. I'd be the ones closest to you. Thanks for the coffee. I don't even see when you put this here. You're a ninja. Ninja. Okay, I feel better now that I'm missing out on thousands of dollars. Awesome. The power of just a delicious coffee. Okay, so we break the low. We get into, we crack actually New York low here for Dow. Okay. Clearly, NQ has much more momentum. Now what I'm gonna do is, I don't wanna give back so much. So I'm actually gonna move my stop to here now. I doubt any of you were able to take this position at the speed that I was. If you did, awesome. Maybe you had pivoted yourself pretty quickly. But yeah. One thing, guys, for those of you that are trading the Lucid daily accounts, and if you already got funded with those accounts, remember today there is no high impact news event, so you can't blow it. At least not that way. You can blow it in other ways. Also, Lucid just did something interesting. I think they liked the fact that they saw the response from being able to toggle on the daily loss limit on or off. So before you choose any plan now, whether it's the Pro, the Flex, or the daily, you can basically turn on or off the daily loss limit. If you have the daily loss limit on, then the account is a little bit cheaper. So yeah, enjoy. So for now, let's see. We haven't really cracked this trend line. We're definitely seeing potential. This has potential to become a mitigation setup. I would like to see price action kind of sit bullish for a little bit longer over here. But the cool thing is, my case study for this trade keeps on improving, and like the parameters around this order block trade. So that's always nice. This trade here, higher time frame, mitigating that level. So pretty sweet. Didn't really have the same example over here. That's like way down here. So, but yeah, it's cool to see. Like just New ideas flushing out. It's pretty nice. And then S&P cracks the liquidity and then trades right back in. So regarding opportunities here for trades or anything like that, that's not the case for anything new. Now, some of you asked about, so where was it? Oil sells, 81.30. All right, let's take a look at that. I believe I have that zone way up here. Yeah. I like it. I like the shorts around this area, 81.20, 81.25, 30. Yeah, everywhere in this range, this looks fantastic. And its structure's super nice over here. Yeah, so actually, let's go ahead and share this in the school community. These look delightful. So today's setups, August 6, 2026, and we have oil. Here we go. All right, so we have 2 sell zones. Both mitigation plays at 80.75. So kind of this range over here, and then this range over here. Exit would be a bit more conservative for this one. Would you go half R because of the market open imbalance? On which one? On this one? No. No, I think this did its job. It took liquidity. It created strong structure. I would take a full risk with that one. Yeah, I would still take it full risk. I wouldn't have an aggressive exit. Like, I would keep it pretty conservative. Gold sells. Let's see. What a push down. So gold did the thing, clear liquidity sweep over here. So here's what structure was looking like. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So this is kind of the 5 or 15 minute structure that we're looking at right there. So the market's bullish, deep retracement, trading out of here, liquidating all of this. And then right now we just have this clean sweep of buyers starting to break above. I don't think this bull run's over for the metals yet. Looks like we're still going. I believe you're looking at maybe something out of here. And it looks like it already did this. Looks like it just traded into this area. Unless maybe this, you want to consider it just trading the order block right there. So maybe you're looking for something right here. I would consider silver too. So for example, let's say you're marking this up. This is between the 50 and 618, closer to a 618% pullback. So that's how you can tell, okay, how quickly is everything retracing. Whereas silver over here has retraced about a 38.2%. So silver definitely not going up as much as quickly. So a reversal out of here, it makes more sense with silver, in my opinion. Not that it's even great in the first place, Structure wise, I'm not convinced. I think buys are the play overall. So I'm not going to be selling gold in any way yet. Not quite, my friends, not quite. The monthly candle looks like we have a lot more bullish moves. What's up, Jenny? Ruben, on gold? Right, I mean, look at this accumulation on the daily, guys. We had 40 days of sideways movement. I know it feels like so much is happening with gold because it is happening fast. But there is more that this can travel to. So let's say go to the 4 hour. You can just see, you know, there's more motive for reversals. Here was this move here. Market does its thing over here. It looks like, yeah, we can still keep pushing at least to this daily level way over here. We're talking the market cracking above 44.11. That's another 850 points. So micro contracts for silver. A contract worth a lot less for silver is SIL. Depending on who you're trading with, you may or may not have that as an option to trade with. I know a lot like TopStep you can trade silver with SIL, but not so much with other ones. So NQ trade is absolutely ripping. So that's cool. We're getting pretty close. I mean, could I hold this for longer? Let's see. The London high is up here. This trade did not end up getting that risk reward. So, let's see. Dow is struggling. S&P is struggling here. Almost taking out London highs, Tokyo highs over here. So we're definitely bullish, I'll tell you that much. I'm cool to push it a little bit further. I'm open to it. Taking out London highs, there's very much a big difference here in how the market is moving. I am going to tighten up how I'm managing this way up to here. You know what? This definitely did. I even under leveraged my smaller risk. Because if this is up about a 2.5 R, that means I ended up risking like 175. How sad. But yeah, so now we have the trendline liquidity getting swept, which is a big reason why I tightened my stop up so much to here. We have Dow that's just really struggling to make any move forward. So I mean, like maybe we get this move here. Like we had Dow kind of pump up and then drop right over here. So that starts at this moment. Here's the 5-second chart if you're ever interested in this. That's like right there. Saw the sweep to the downside. This didn't hold the low at all. Comes up, down, back up, down. So with the Dow being able to possibly work its way up, maybe it would mitigate here. We'll see how its structure continues. But otherwise, this just continues to rally. And here's the thing with NQ and Dow. If you think about where it's at price action-wise, right? Dow has been trading at the same area of yesterday's New York Open. Like we're like just below it. And then NQ's New York Open is like way over here. So from a higher time frame perspective, NQ is nowhere near where Dow is trading, because Dow is trading price action from like way over here. So honestly, I won't be surprised if this keeps going even further than when I have it right now. But I'll take it. I mean, yeah, the OG entry was very precise. I just had it, I didn't have enough proof yet that it could play out. So I pulled the trigger as soon as I started seeing NQ like hold that structure really well while Dow was dropping. That was like my sign. Otherwise, yeah, this trade would be going even crazier. But I was willing to pay that price. You know, I was willing to hold off or just not trade it at all. And then just real-time decision-making obviously made the difference for the rest of it. But let's see, can we find something nice here for everybody? You know, can we have another entry? Gold looks enticing. You know, we had a nice little sweep. Clears all of these buyers. Tokyo lows, London lows get swept. And then, this is great. And then it just breaks above this little structure that we had here. But as soon as gold does that, it does start to drop. So I don't want to get too eager and, you know, start confirming buys with gold if this doesn't hold up. So I do want to see gold trade back up here again. Just, you know, establish that price is really, there is demand for price above this 43.30 level. So if we can keep trading up here, then yeah, I'm down for the buys with gold at some point, and then we can see the continuation. But not yet. Close, but not yet. So what do you guys think? Do we let this one keep ripping? Do we let NQ keep pushing? I mean, it just looks like it's not done. Oil, all right, oil pushing lower. Oil may turn into the mitigation setup. So we had the move up here, right? Takes out the highs. Right now it's moving sideways. So we have liquidity building up here. So if this is going to give us a setup, why not? Well, because, you know, it can just not do it. And then you're giving back quite a bit if it doesn't. So that's why not. But we'll see. Taking out Tokyo highs at least. I think we can see it. We're going to let it rip. Considering the, here we go. Considering the way Dow is still not giving any signs of reversals, I think with something like that, yeah, we can be in a good place. So let's see, Dow might want to get into here before it starts to pop off. Go right around here. So we see it happen enough, right? These London highs, Tokyo highs, all that good stuff get taken. So we'll set alerts. We'll see what happens. My stop's in a good place, so I'm ready. I'm open to seeing it rip. If it doesn't, Seth can just pay the difference. Why is Seth the bank for this? I'm not mad about it. I'm just curious. So this Dow setup is not the same, but this is where we kind of saw, okay, resistance, sideways movement, and then the market really starts to take that next step forward again. This was yesterday London session. So here we have it kind of pushed down, continuation. Not that I would take an entry or anything there, but just to understand the market in general. S&P still has this consolidation to break through. That would be a big liquidity sweep. So yeah, I mean, I can see it. All right, so anyways, like I was saying with oil, Now that oil started to break below, so it did the sweep. It's starting to trade a little bit lower here. Structure, so we had the highs, the lows, the highs. This structure here is really iffy. It's really, like, I don't love it. Like, it struggles to maintain these highs, so this push down, I think it has a lower probability of working out. Not enough for me to take this. If we do break this and then trade and maintain lower price action, so if we do something like this, then I'm open to sells later for oil here. Let's see. Gold still has London highs that it can take. And if metals want to keep pushing, I don't see why indices wouldn't want to. Here's a classic retail pattern that has been taught, which is the liquidity sweep. So the trend line, not really liquidity, but the trend line gets taken, breaks above, and then the trend line functions as support. So that's an interesting idea. I don't know why that's a thing. It's just a pattern that is taught. Whether that's going to work in our favor, I have no idea. But it's not that I would take an entry from there. Just something to point out. All right, so with all of this happening so far, NQ doing its thing, there was something that I was curious about, and it was, where is it? Yen, the yen over here. The same idea, the same trading idea that I've been going over, like that model here that we took with NQ, it's waiting for us here with the yen. So I am curious about this one. This is more than likely is going to happen or could get into position during Asian session. So I'm going to be on the lookout for this. I have an alert. But yeah, taking a buy within the zone is what I'm looking forward to. Somewhere in here. There's been a lot of resistance before at like this level, 0.063275. It's like where we've seen resistance. So right around here, I think I might take it for a buy. 0.06325, like right around there. But yeah, same entry model. So something like this. Yeah, something like this. And then at least taking it to maybe like a 2.5 here. A little sweep, takes out the highs, call it a day. Just entered GBP. What was your setup? You had this take out the high, drop down. The lower lows were not great. It didn't stay below the lows. Yeah, I'm staying out of a trade like this. Yeah, I'm staying out of that. I got stop profited out of GBP before. So I'm chilling on that. Good. No trade for me right there. Let's see. If we're looking at the US dollar pairs and we want to look for, let's just say that you are in the market for a sell for some reason. I don't really have any that I want to sell right now. I'm good. I'm good. Bitcoin continued its drop, broke through the trend line before wrapping up here, and it looked like it just mitigated this here. So you guys saw this sweep of the low, continuation right there. So Bitcoin played out of here. So did a thing, came down, came right back up. So Bitcoin gave, for now, at least a 1.9, almost a 2R. If it maintains up here like this, though, I wouldn't count on this continuing. So Bitcoin following this, the likes of, what was this alert here? 9 o'clock, gold. Why did I do that? I don't know what that alert was for, but, oh, coming back above structure, right? All right, yeah, it looks like gold's holding up decent. All right, let's look at stocks or options on the day. All right, so Sound, this is a AI company, SoundHound. It's on the smaller side, huge jump, 14%. Sick. Unity, another 10% move. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know how many of you ended up taking this one, but we're up pretty fat on this play here. Really, really fat. This is a smaller market cap play, so I don't blame you if you didn't. But 100% gains. Sick. I think I had a limit on that. Let me double check. Gotta go check that. Okay, so that's moving nicely. Biggest losers for the day, Beyond Me, 8% drop. This thing is so volatile. Nintendo up another 3% today. So it's steady growth over here. Steady movement. Shop another 2%. Lulu climbing its way back. PayPal just slowly chopping up. Nice. PayPal entries are doing great right now. Duolingo pumped like crazy and immediately just ate it. So everything it did, it pumped up. It just completely got gutted right now. Okay, let's see. Sony, 2.4%. Very nice. Sony doesn't do much for whatever reason. Paramount, nice movement right now, 3%, eating up the dip below the structure. So this looks promising for sure. If you haven't, and you've been wanting to get into Paramount plays, you won't have, I mean, it's there. It's there. CRM, 4.4% drop. Come on, give us the entry. Let's go. And then Whirlpool eating up some of the massive movement. Dude, if I fucked this one up. 25% jump. Could have taken the options play and just taken profit within like 4 days, 5 days. Beautiful. That would have been sick. All right. Any questions on the stock side? Let me know. Nintendo. Yeah, it's climbing. All right, yeah, let me know on the stocks option side, and then we'll take a look, guys. NQ still just moving sideways. We'll see if this one survives. What do I use to trade stocks? Charles Schwab and Webull. Oil holding it down. I feel like this one might play out. All right, cool. Sweet. Well, everybody. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. Unless you guys have a Q&A you want to go use this time to have any of your questions answered for your personal growth as a trader, definitely feel free to do so. That's why I'm here. I will say that if you haven't checked out the last couple videos that I dropped, go check them out. I will be dropping another video here in a few days, so feel free to look at that. I did realize something, and this is my bad. I didn't raffle off an account from a video I did a couple weeks back. So what I'll do right now is this. Go to, I forgot which one it was, so that's my bad. I don't like to do that. But I give away enough accounts where I'm actually losing track. But let's do this right now. So I'm gonna give it a chance for everyone that's on this session right now to be able to, what's my Tradeify login? What? That's crazy. trying to get those payouts. Trying to request them in there. But let's do this, guys. Do me a huge favor. In a new tab, open up the link I just dropped. And drop a comment in there. For the newest video, the Lucid Daily one. Just drop a comment in there. Whatever you want. Let's get some motion in it. And then I'll raffle this one off here in 5 minutes. So, daily payout. Wait, did I put the right video in there? What did I just do here? Lucid dropped up. All right, cool. So in this video right there, drop a comment and then I'll do the giveaway. So drop a comment here. Check it out. You can watch it later. And then I'll do the giveaway now. So let me set up the giveaway. I'll do the giveaway in 5 minutes, so at 9:12. 5 minutes. All right, so let's see. Yo, you know who's crazy at winning these? Leia. Leia's been, I don't know, something. She's got like a magnet. But she's winning. She keeps winning these. All right, NQ still pushing nicely. Better nice, better nice. All right, yeah, y'all do your thing. You got a couple more minutes. The entry in NQ, I did explain it. Go back and then go watch it. I was waiting for the 1 hour trap candle to hit. Don't know what that means. Yeah. If you want to let the fast track squad know. But it never came to my entry and bounced back. 1 hour trap candle. What the fuck does that mean? So yeah, here basically what I had marked up was this is where we had the last push down, so it enticed sellers one last time before all this money came in. So that's what that means right there. So that's why the entry was where it was. Yeah. Also, I'm adjusting my stop again to here. So now TP is back. My stop loss is, I think, past my take profit. Hey, Maya. You want this account too? That's her commenting since she doesn't have fingers. What copy trader do you use? I use Trade Copy or Trade Copia. They need to figure out what that pronunciation on that is. But yo, quickly, acting very quickly here. The yen just tanked into the zone. So I'm gonna set a limit here. for this guy. 306. Do I want to risk 600 plus? No, not with these accounts. So if it gets here, sick. If it doesn't, well, it is what it is. We shall see. See if this alert goes off again. What's sad is that this trade should have been 2 contracts for even half risk. Full risk would have been 4. But yeah, I use this one. Do I have I don't know if I have a code or anything. Try it out. But I think the first time you use Tradecopia, you get, I think, 30% off or something the first time you ever use it. Yeah, try code Mago. I have no idea. Puccini, you're sad about GBP. Or you're happy about it. I don't understand. It went down, didn't you sell it? Or was it one of those things where you changed your mind because of what I said? And then now it's my fault. Okay, looks like MES here takes out London highs, just taps above it. Okay, Tokyo highs, looks like that's probably next. And Q pushing, obviously leading the force here to the upside. All right, actually move this up a little bit more. All right, there. All right, let's raffle this bad boy off here. All right. So there will be one winner. Put your comments on autopilot. I don't need to do that. Marcin Sieniowski. Congrats, dude. You have just won a brand new account. Congratulations. So yeah, shoot me a message on School or Instagram or something, and I'll send it your way. Clap.
I was searching the emoji.
Oh, congrats, man. Congrats on the account. Oh, there you are. Nice. Sweet. Well, guys, thanks for the engagement. I appreciate you. I hope you guys actually watch it and then you do it. I'm pretty close to passing this one. So we'll let you guys know when I get to, specific milestones with the account, and then we'll get a payout out of that guy. Should be nice. Anyone already trading a daily, Lucid Daily? What are your thoughts so far? How's it going? I feel like Samad might have passed one by now. I think he's been on a mission, so. Cool. All right, y'all. Sick. Well, keep it up. As always, if you are looking for more value from us so that you can learn on your own time, then go ahead and check out the community. Otherwise, let me know if this actually is working. It should be working, but over here, if you guys book your call for a trader's evaluation call, you'll see that here. It should be like right on the main page. You'll see it right there. If you want to have some direction on what and how to keep improving your game, go ahead and click that. Otherwise, as always, and you know what? I'm gonna do this. I hadn't thought about doing this before, but typically, guys, when I do the syndicate program, and because I'm gonna be focusing on something here that you guys are going to be seeing be announced later this month. But what I'm going to do is I don't really want to take on any more new students for the syndicate here for the second half of August at all. I kind of want to just keep it pretty fixed. So if you have been thinking about doing the syndicate program, which is our 1 year like transformation program for traders, where we work on just the internal, really in-depth, right? The paradigms, the belief systems, the identity. We refine the technical systems and all of that. But anyways, for those of you that do decide to do it, or that have been thinking about doing that and working with us closely, like working with me on a daily basis, getting feedback, you know, being able to spend these live sessions together. For this month, right, what I'll do is 40% of the payment for that program will only come out of profit. All right, so 40% will come out of profit. The rest of it, like that's gonna be that straightforward. Just because I believe in it that much. Plus, there's gonna be 3 bonuses I'm gonna throw in there. One of them, which is valued at over $1,000 a prop firm account, and another little welcome box. So if that's you, then schedule a call, guys. Please, if you're gonna do this program, what I also will say is just make sure you're in a place where you're not coming from scarcity in your life. Like, that's all I ask for. I don't want you to do this and then be up to your neck financially either. Like, we do have payment plan options, but please just do everything responsibly. That's just all we ever ask for. I'd prefer that you're still at a place of peace when you're trading, even though I know you want to accelerate your timeline. You want to be able to have more feedback and do it faster. So, you know, if some things don't make sense and they don't line up, then cool. You know, we'll just push you back for maybe another month or two. But if you are very much committed to making this happen and you want to accelerate your journey, you want to save yourself months and years and pain, then check it out, guys. The link to that is here. Now, the last link at the bottom, that's for if you want to commit to working with us for a year. I don't do like monthly subscription things because I just think most people would be wasting their money. Most people are just interested and they like the hype of trading. But as you guys know, as I don't sugarcoat it, this takes work, it takes dedication, it takes being willing to change and grow significantly, being willing to shred parts of you, to question, you know, how and why we do what we do. So yeah, that being said, this is going to be available just for the next, I don't know, 9 days or so. This program, this setup, right? 40% of it you pay out of profit, and it comes with a couple extra bonuses because I am going to be focused on a couple other things this month to get that out to you guys. So be on the lookout, guys. The coolest thing I've ever launched, ever, by far, will be coming out, looks like towards the end of the month. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I'm stoked. So yeah, guys, have an amazing rest of your day. Take care and just stay patient, guys. Remember, one trade at a time. We just have to be perfect during one setup. That's it. That's what we focus on. Take care, y'all.